Now, with this rampant suffering, there are many questions. How long is this going to last? And if or when we are going to survive this? When is the cure for COVID-19 going to be out? And how are we going to overcome COVID-19? Sorry to disappoint you, community. We don't have a quick fix to the solution. And I say that both as a preacher but also as a scientist. We are at least months away from a vaccine for COVID-19. So that brings us back to the question, how are we going to overcome COVID-19? How are we going to oust the virus? The answer is, we probably are going to overcome COVID-19 not by ousting it, but by outlasting it. Not by ousting it, but by outlasting it. That is a sad reality and is a difficult pill for us to swallow. And the reason it is hard for us to accept it is because we in our current generation suffer with the savior complexity. We see ourselves as saviors to our own situations. We have solutions for any and every problem. And not only do we have solutions, we have installations, which are instant solutions for our problems. Every time we are faced with a problem, we resort to overcoming our problems by ousting them, by defeating our problems. So much so that we really don't know how to outlast our problems. And now we are faced with COVID-19 situation where we are having to outlast the situation. Do you have what it takes to outlast COVID-19? Are you equipped well enough to outlast the situation? The title of my message is The Art of Suffering Well. We all suffer, but the question is, are you going to suffer miserably or are you going to suffer well? You see, there are only two kinds of people in this world. Only two kinds of people in this world. Those that will suffer and those that suffer well. Those that will suffer and those that suffer well. What kind of a person do you want to be? Do you want to be a person that suffers miserably or a person that suffers well? You see, the difference between suffering miserably and suffering well can be the difference between a traumatic sorrow or joyful celebration. It can be the difference between an utter defeat or a jubilant victory. Do you have what it takes to suffer and to suffer well?